Hello and welcome back to Eagle Rising. We're here at Orostokoris Castle as we are about to take it 260 versus 430 in the garrison, and basically this is the only castle remaining in this section of territory for the Western Empire. So this is obviously the only reason why I'm even bothering to take this, to be honest. This is really not something that I am too interested in at all. I basically just want to, get it out the way. And then we're going to head up north and attempt to take Varon Castle, because Regea actually did provide us with a task in the previous episode. And that is exactly what we are going to attempt to take after this. Anyway, let me see if I can maybe take out a couple of the enemies here. Yes, nice. You were just about to shoot me, sir. That will not do. And as a result, I eliminated you before you could eliminate me. That is the that is the deal here most of the time, isn't it? Yes, doing damage before you can take damage. And I'm actually going to be attempting to raise some of these ladders myself. I do have a rather nice shield on my back, so if someone does attempt to shoot me, I should be completely fine to deflect it for the most part. I'm going to take some minor damage. Alright, here we go. Let's get up here. There we are. Nice. Okay, so now all we need to do is make sure that we don't make sure that we don't fall on our back. Yes. Someone obviously has the perk that that makes that happen if they have what is it? Crossbow? Thrown weapon? I actually can't remember which one actually does that, but yeah, it's definitely not a bow, but it's crossbow, I think, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I thought that only worked against cavalry units, but maybe I'm counted as cavalry because I'm... Well, I technically do... Oh, what? I literally got hit again! Oh my! Okay, yeah, that is some bad luck right there. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it, but anyway, nice little stabby stab. Hopefully we can finish this guy off. I'm literally getting shot from somewhere. I have no idea... What? Where am I getting shot from? Where am I? Are you serious right now? I'm actually not entirely sure why I'm even getting shot from, because it feels to me like I'm getting shot from the right or the left, but I don't see anyone over there. Look at that. This is some really weird stuff. I'm going to jump out here because I'm probably going to be able to survive at least a little bit longer. Can I kill this guy? Yes, there we go. Yeah, okay, so one thing I'm going to do before I actually take over any of my friends here, I would actually like to see what was happening. How do I do free camera again? What is free camera? Yeah, that's, I think it's, no, it's not escape. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, whatever the case, we can see from here that there is a person up there, but he's on the ballista, right? He's on the ballista, so that surely he's not going to be able to hit me from all the way over here, because the angle is wrong. So who was shooting me? That is the question. Who was shooting me? These guys? I mean, no, because we eliminated those. So, I mean, I can only assume it's those fellows over here. The ones all the way over here. They might have had a line of sight on me. That was, I gotta say, that was actually really strange. I would not have expected them to be able to hit me from there, but apparently they did, and they were just focusing me down, which, to be fair, is probably the best idea for them to do. As I've said multiple times, eliminating the leader is usually a really good idea, at least if you're trying to win in terms of morale and things like that, because that is a very significant morale hit for the opponent, or for the allies in my case. I'm actually going to try and zoom in here if I can. Can I zoom in here? Nope. Okay, I was actually wanting to just phase back through because I obviously fell off. Oh well, never mind. There we are, 26 deaths. Yeah, actually a pretty significant amount. We're going to be taking a Margarita prisoner there, and we're hopefully going to be able to sell her on for a decent profit. And otherwise, we are just going to be declining the fief as per usual. We're going to wait here for some time because there are a number of units in the area, and I would very much like to maintain control of this fief. And there's a good reason for that. I don't know whether you've noticed, I'm actually not entirely sure whether the Siege UI actually does provide us with information on that. But if you can't see it, or if you couldn't see it before, take a look at the war exhaustion up here. The war exhaustion is 95 for the Western Empire. So if we are unable to eliminate them at this point, I mean, I'm going to need to take Veron Castle. Faron's army is going over to Mekalovia Castle. Why would he go over there instead of taking Gersagos Castle? I would much prefer him to take Gersagos, but obviously I'm not him and he's not me, so obviously I really cannot influence what he does. Maybe I could send a messenger to him or something like that, and maybe I could say to him, hey, can you actually do something useful instead of taking some random thing that actually has no impact whatsoever? But oh well, never mind. I guess if he wants to do that, then he can very easily do that. Alright, so when I get 150 in smithing, I'm going to be able to max out my vigor skill, which is going to be real nice. And otherwise, I'm going to be rushing on over to Veron Castle. I can only assume that something is going to get taken back potentially, or maybe not, because it seems like a bunch of people are being eliminated right now, which is really nice to see, because that means that there will be many less people around and vassals to interfere with our plans. And hopefully we're going to be able to head in here in just a second. Hopefully there are no armies around here. I mean, the Western Imperium is literally in the worst possible shape they can be. Look at that. They literally have 725 combat strength. We have almost 12,000. Everyone else is looking real bad. And the Dryatics are the only ones that are looking pretty good. So yeah, that's well, that's pretty telling, I think. That is pretty telling because, of course, if you think about it, anyone that is able to completely cannibalize another faction, and I'm obviously talking about in general, we're pretty easily dominating the Western Imperium at the moment, and if another faction was able to do that so incredibly quickly with very few losses in general, because if you think about how many encounters we've had with the Western Imperium, just from the text log alone and from my allies, you can very easily tell that we have not really had too many losses ever, pretty much. And it makes everything much simpler and much easier for us to keep everything on a roll, as it were, you know? So we're getting victory after victory, and I'm actually jinxing myself pretty hard here by saying that, because you know how it goes. Yeah, you know how it goes. I say, oh yes, this is going remarkably well, and then all of a sudden I get shot in the face and killed. Yeah, and this is actually the same exact layout as the Ostikorios Castle, or whatever it's called, you know, the other one that we just did. But yeah, this seems to be exactly the same layout. Not a big fan of it. I've got to say, I actually very much like it as the defense. But as a person in the offensive force, I am not a big fan at all, because these guys, they have a wonderful vantage point from the slight elevation over there, and that is making things much harder for us. Let me see if I can eliminate a couple with my crossbow. Wouldn't this be the time when I actually need more bolts? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, to be honest. I mean, there aren't that many units down there, so we should be perfectly fine. But I'm basically just going to continue taking cover every so often. It's really nice to be able to reload the crossbow super fast as well. There we are. Not bad. And we're getting 100% accuracy right now, which is actually kind of amazing, to be honest. Usually, I am not really that confident in my accuracy, but obviously, if you have 330 crossbow skill, yeah, you're probably going to be fine. You know, probably going to be pretty fine. Anyway, let me see if I can just hit a couple more of these people over here by the front lines, because what is actually going on there? Am I not able to hit them? Oh, okay. I think I might be hitting their shields some of the time. That's why we haven't been able to deal as much damage as we would have otherwise wanted to. There we go. Can we get some more tactics, actually? I'd like to get 125 in tactics. That would be quite nice. But bear in mind, I really don't have a huge amount of tactics skill. I really have no focus points in that whatsoever. So, yeah, it's a miracle that I've even gotten to 124. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I'm going to just try to refocus back onto the ranged now. And hopefully... There we go. Hopefully yes, we're getting them to scatter a little bit now. I wonder whether they're getting worried or whether they're just running out of ammunition. Either one doesn't really matter. It just makes it so that they are less useful now. And now we're out of... yes, now we're out of bolts. I don't think I can use this. Can I? You can! Oh, that's cool. Okay, I had no idea. I actually thought to myself, no, this is just an arrow barrel, you know. It's just for arrows only. Not going to give me any bolts, but actually it does give you bolts. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is actually really, really nice because I was wondering what would actually happen if you were using a crossbow. But it's just called an arrow barrel. You can get bolts from it as well, though. So that's super nice because I think I was talking about that in a previous episode. Maybe even in a previous series where I was using thrown weapons, and I thought to myself, it would be really cool if we could, you know, resupply thrown weapons or something like that. But obviously that's not really that's not really viable to have a whole bunch of javelins on the, you know, in the barrels at the top of the archery nest or whatever. I mean, it would be kind of cool, you know, in a sort of preparatory way, basically, just to have a bunch of javelins somewhere, maybe in a structure somewhere or another. It doesn't have to be on the battlements themselves, but somewhere that you could resupply your thrown weapons would be quite nice. But obviously that's not really up to me. Anyway, let me see. I'm going to take a couple of Dryasic units, and we will leave the rest. I don't think these guys level up into anything. No, they do not. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be taking any more of the prisoners either. What? What do you mean what do you mean the quest was cancelled? What? Has asked you to take over Veron Castle in the name of the Southern Imperium to fortify war efforts. Roger said she will aid you with 20,000 once Veron Castle has fallen. I took it. What? What? Okay. Yeah, that might be a bit of a bug with diplomacy, with the diplomacy mod, because it might, yeah, there we go. And there's the peace declaration, which is what I thought was actually going to be coming in. So Gersagos Castle is the only one that is left standing. Very disappointing from my perspective, because I would have loved to have been able to completely eliminate the Western Imperium from the game. But I guess we can kind of count them as being eliminated, because literally just having one fief, yeah, they're pretty much done. Right, they're pretty much done. Otherwise, Epicrotia, Diathma, Argeron, and Myzea are the only ones left standing for the Northern Imperium, and I will be going over and taking Thractorai Castle as fast as possible. But yes, actually, first of all, we should probably go over to Ortisia. Ortisia is the closest town, as we would like to sell our prisoners. I do have a pretty significant amount of them, and I would like to be able to level up my smithing skill just a little bit as well, just to make sure that we have that additional point in vigor, and then we'll be in a really nice position to level up our one-handed some more. Okay, I'm literally just gonna... there's not even any point in me voting here, so I'm literally just gonna abstain, because all of these guys have 100 relation with me right now, so I really don't need any more. And otherwise, let's go in here. Only 13,000, really? Only 13? Okay, I actually anticipated getting a little bit more than that, but alright, I don't have a problem with it. And oh my, that's a lot of money. Oh yes, that is a lot of money. I like it. Okay, so there was one thing that I actually needed, and that is hardwood for smithing. I apparently did not get enough hardwood for charcoal and stuff like that, so yeah, we're gonna have to smelt a couple of these and a couple of these. Oh, why does... Question, why do these daggers have 3 wood as a smelting byproduct? Because you wouldn't think that a dagger is going to use a huge amount of wood, right? I mean, yeah, the handle is definitely going to use wood, but I would think that a spear is going to have more wood than a dagger, right? I mean, obviously, I'm thinking about this in a very realistic way, and I suppose it's just gameplay, you know, gameplay reasons, nothing really to worry about there. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, let me see. Oh wow, look at this. I have 281 short militia spears. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Yes, that might be a little bit too much. I'm gonna probably, once I get to, I think it's 225. Oh, that's actually a pretty significant amount of smithing, isn't it? Yes, it is a pretty significant amount of smithing. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is I will literally just go and craft some stuff. I think that's probably the best thing that I can do right now. Literally just go and craft some stuff. See if I can maybe craft a nice two-handed sword or something. I don't really care about using the two-handed sword, of course, but I would just like to be able to level up my smithing skill in a rather fast way, and so I think that that's probably the best way to do it. So let's forge something, shall we? Not for the orders, thank you very much. Orders are awful. And let's have a look. Imperium swords. Ooh, look, that's actually really cool. So wait a minute. Imperium swords. Aha. So wait a minute. Do we not have two-handed? Oh wait, no, never mind, never mind. Okay, there was actually a scroll bar. I did not realize that. Look at this. You can literally make these thrown weapons, which I gotta say looks real cool. And then of course you can make the daggers as well, and I have all the parts available for those daggers as well. So that's actually super nice. But otherwise we're just gonna be making a two-handed sword. We're gonna be making the highest possible difficulty one that we can get our hands on, because that's going to give us the most, hopefully the most benefit at least. Wow, my hilt choices are very limited at the moment, which is not exactly great. Okay, so let me just make the size really, really large here, and there we have it. Okay, I'm just going to make that, boom, 7, are you serious? Just 7 skill points? That's absolutely awful. Okay, let me see, what about this one? Maybe I can, yeah, there's 6, 5. Okay, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of these. Just randomly making these just to get to 200 smithing. And we are at 200 now. So I'm going to need to make... so it's not going to give us as much skill, to be honest. It's going to give me 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's really kind of bad, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to need to smelt or refine a couple more things. Let me see here. Yeah, this is the thing that I need to refine. So let me just do that real quick. Refining actually does give you a pretty significant amount of resources as well. So that's actually not even bad, to be honest. But yeah, let's just continue doing this. This is much more lucrative, as you can see right there. And boom! We finally reached 226 in smithing. Fantastic. Now we have all the perks available, and we're going to be able to level up our vigor and our endurance as well. So there's vigor. And trade penalty for selling smith weapons is halved. In my opinion, if you're going to be creating a smithing character, this is literally a must-have. This is one of the best perks in this tree. I know, it may seem like it's really underwhelming, but no, it's very, very good. At least in my opinion. Oh yeah, also, I should actually apologize. I should actually apologize to the developers or you or whoever, because I actually thought this meant +1 party size, but it actually means +1 party, as in you can now use another party in your party screen. I currently have 14 parties available, so that would make that 15. I still don't think it's that useful, but I should apologize anyway for getting that incorrect, because I actually thought to myself, well, you know, surely they'd mention that you gain an increase to party in your clan or something like that, but no, they don't. It's just, maybe it's like a placeholder or something like that, but I just wanted to say that's what it actually is, rather than party size. I still think it's pretty awful, but party size would obviously be much worse than just adding an additional party. But yeah, that's pretty cool nevertheless, in my opinion. I think that's actually quite nice. So otherwise, I'm actually going to be creating some additional parties, just because I actually feel like it might be quite fun to see what happens with them. So I'm literally just going to make a bunch of them, and we're just going to leave them all alone, and we're going to see what they do. Because Kadisha, as you can see right here, is doing a fantastic job. Look at that. She has 120 out of 129, and I don't seem to see them, I don't seem to see her doing anything badly. So I'm actually quite nice, quite happy about that, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but let's see, shall we? Let's see who actually survives. I'm kind of intrigued about that. Okay, so it seems like Shatha is being attacked immediately. But as I said before, I'm basically just letting them go and letting them do whatever they want to do. And then we'll see who survives the longest. I think Kadisha is obviously way ahead at the moment. But the rest of them, we'll see who wins, right? We'll see who wins. It's a bit of a miniature competition of sorts. And I think that might be quite fun to find out who actually has the ability, the skills, the gall, and the bravery, as well as the smarts, of course, to be able to survive in this harsh, harsh world of Calradia in Eagle Rising. And otherwise, we can now head up here, and we can now take Thraktarai Castle. Is this a Botanian fief, actually, originally? I don't think so, right? This is actually one of those places that I really, really like. I'd love to be able to, you know what? I'd love to be able to get in here and go through the prison. Because, I mean, look at this lock right now. This lock seems really, really rickety and a bit rusty. And I might be able to hit it and destroy the lock or something like that. I mean, I think that would be quite fun, but, well, obviously, you know, that's it's neither here nor there at the moment. But generally, I think it would be quite cool to have alternate ways, alternate means of getting inside. It kind of reminds me of Elder Scrolls Oblivion in that sense for some reason. Why does it remind me of Oblivion? It's probably because you literally go and escape prison in the first part of the game and go through the sewers and prison cells and so on and so forth. And that, I guess that's kind of the reason why. Okay, let me see if I can get in here. Oh, we actually did. Okay, hello. I was not expecting to get in here so easily. All right, that's nice. And now I can literally just jump up here and do some massive damage. These guys are not going to know what hit them. Apart from an arrow in my face, because they are hitting me with that. Oh, this guy right behind me right there. This guy is absolutely irritating. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can get him. Oh well, never mind, never mind. I was really very much hoping that I'd be able to hit that guy from there, but obviously I just got the wrong angle at the wrong time. Oh yeah, that's usually how it goes, isn't it? Anyway, Thraktarai Castle has fallen before us, as you can see. We are literally a porcupine right now. Look at this. Wow. He's not looking good, is he? He's really not looking good. He is real annoyed at me right now. Okay, yeah, that's, I mean, look at him. Look at the eyes. He's dead behind those eyes. Oh yes, he's very dead because he's feeling an overwhelming amount of pain right now. Let's get him to the medical tent as soon as possible so that he can hopefully rest up a little bit and feel better soon. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's show some mercy right there, and then we'll just leave them alone. All right, so Veron Castle has obviously been taken by the Botanians, which in general I personally don't care about. I literally was just trying to complete the task. But unfortunately, for some reason, there seemed to be some kind of interference there, and that has indeed thrown a bit of a spanner in the works in regards to me completing it. But, oh well, as I say, doesn't really matter too much, but kind of disappointing nevertheless. Anyway, let's go into the trade screen right here and see if I can maybe sell a little bit. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me, now that I am at 225 to smithing, I'm actually going to see if there are any other perks that I really want to go for. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for smithing. Let's see, is there anything better? No. No. Okay, yes, no. There is nothing else that I really badly want to go for, so I'm just going to leave smithing where it is, and I'm going to finally sell all of my weapons. So let's sell all the weapons for 439,000. Actually, you know what? Let me just see These crafted two-handed swords, how much do they sell for? They sell for 26,000, the most expensive one, and the cheapest ones sell for 8,000. So yeah, that's obviously the reason primarily why we're getting so much money. But generally, at this point in the game, we should probably have that amount anyway. I mean, I haven't really been attempting to really make money. It's just a byproduct of selling the loot and so on. But yes, okay, so let me see what we can do here. So, wait a minute. These guys have the same colors, don't they? Yeah, so apparently Britannia owns Epicrotia at the moment, and Diathma and Myzea are owned, as well as Argeron, of course, are owned by the Northern Imperium. So I will be doing my utmost to try and eliminate the Northern Imperium from now on. And that means that we're going to have to head over to the sort of central northern area. And let me see here. Should I just go straight for Diathma? It might actually make sense. Oh, look at that. We literally suffered a bit of a difficulty here. Oh, and it seems like Kadisha was defeated by Tyliana of the Northern Imperium, and a bunch of other people from the Northern Imperium were also in that area. That is not very good, because they are now defeating a bunch of our Southern Imperium friends, and I do not like that one bit. Anyway, there seems to be a person here that I might be able to fight, but generally this guy is part of the company of the Golden Boar. He's really gonna... I mean, this guy, he's not really gonna be that much of a challenge, let's face it. I mean, no offense, he's just not very good, so we're gonna just head in here and do him a very, very quick mercy of eliminating him. And what do you bet I'm going to get shot in the face and killed instantly, because I've now said that. Because if I say, oh yes, this is going to be a very easy battle, and as soon as I say that, I will get shot and killed instantly. And then we will end up losing because the morale has just gone to hell, basically, and that's it. And now what are we going to do, you know? That's kind of how it's going to be. Ah, well, hopefully not, hopefully not. Anyway. Let me see if I can maybe get a couple of kills here with my crossbow. I don't see any ranged units among them. So this means... Oh, they have Sturgians. Oh, okay. I actually did not realize that.
Kill them all!
Oh yeah, once everyone gets stuck in there, that is basically all she wrote, and there's really nothing else he can do, which is to be expected, of course. He really did not know what he was getting himself into, although he technically did not actually attack us, and we attacked him, so I guess that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? He knew exactly what he was getting into because he knew to run away. That is what he was doing, obviously. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, because now that we have eliminated the Western Imperium, I mean, they basically are eliminated at this point. There's really nothing else they can Actually, they... What? How did they already get a huge amount of strength back? Oh well, never mind. Yeah, apparently they got a bunch of strength back when their prisoners were released, I suppose, as a result of the war exhaustion or something like that. Yeah, that's probably it, I guess. I actually have no idea. But otherwise, apart from that, they might have recruited some mercenary groups as well. That might also be contributing to their total strength. But the fact is, they literally only have one castle remaining, and that is... Well, I mean, that's not enough, is it? That's not really enough to do pretty much anything. And then obviously we have the Dryatics. They are the ones with the most power apart from us, but you can see the disparity here, the difference between the Southern Imperium and anyone else. We have a literal 21 towns and 21 castles, and everyone else has sub 10. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good for us right now, and otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.